Man, I love the word cerebral. It's like one of my favorite words to throw
I've
out.
never heard you use that
I've
word.
used it in casts before. The first time I heard anyone use the word cerebral in a broadcast, it was In Control, and I was like, wow, that sounds
Really?
so eloquent. And I'm going to copy that.
Wow, shameless, man.
Hey, man. Good artists borrow, great artists steal. So we're going to call this one borrowing because I'm not going to claim to be great.
Seems like Vibe is going to switch things up a little bit, Ben, but we're going to introduce our players first. Of course, Root Vibe is our American Zerg spawning on the right top side of the map, playing from the Colorado Mountains.
Yep. To 9 pool, actually, opening for Vibe. His opponent down at the bottom left. Incredible Miracle Nestea up to 12 drones. We'll see if he decides to drop a spawning pool before hatchery.
You know, if Nestea is the creator of the universe, Ben, do you think he knows where Colorado is?
If Nestea is the creator, he actually fabricated Colorado.
He made Colorado.
He was probably like he had a.
He's an honest citizen of Colorado.
He got in a fight with the other guy that wanted to create the universe, and like he got punched in the mouth, and one of his teeth fell out. That made the Rocky Mountains. And around that, he built Colorado after crushing the fool that dared to punch Nestea.
I want to go to Colorado one day. Either way, we can see Nestea going over here. Hedge first, man. That's a pretty good scenario so far for Vibe. Of course, this doesn't mean that it's absolutely over yet. Vibe did not drop an extractor, by the way. So it's not going to be super crazy, super quick banelings.
So there are build order win scenarios when you go 9 pool against Hatch first, but it doesn't look like that's what Vibe's creating for himself. He's just going to make 6 8 lings, and then I think he's going to start droning again. If he, for instance, pulled all of his drones, I think there's basically no way Nestea defends. He still hasn't started his spawning pool. There still might be no way that Nestea defends. We'll see.
Well, Nestea played this as greedy as possible. That was a 17 pool, right?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe even an 18 pool. It had to be 17 because he's at 16 drones. But he went Hatch first, 17. No, he went 18 gas, 17 pool. So that's why we see him at 16 of 18.
10 links marching across the map. Additional Overlord in production right now. He starts mining gas as well with 3. Do you think he's going to drop a bailing nest anyways?
Oh, that might actually
I think it is going to be the super slow bailing, which might get things really rough. Or he's running up behind this, so maybe it's going to be speed.
So here we go. Lings making their way into the main base of Nestea. And how good is his micro? I bet it's pretty damn strong. One drone goes down immediately. Vibe's got to be so careful not to get his Zerglings surrounded. There are more Lings coming across. This is looking good for Vibe. He's going to pick off one drone in the back. No, it doesn't.
With 10 Lings, he can easily fight 15 drones. He might lose eventually, but he's going to be able to kill so many drones that it's going to put him ahead. 8 Lings on the way right now. Nestea doing a really good time, buying time for himself, or a really good job.
Man, imagine 2 Banelings wiggling into that. That would be so sick.
But it gets really sad though, because the Lings are going to spawn one at a time. Well, okay, actually those 3 hatch pretty much at the same moment. I wasn't sure how rich Nestea was. So this is pretty well done so far by Nestea.
Vibe is going to back off a little bit after doing a little bit of damage. He's at 18 drones against the 14 of Nestea. Speed being researched and Baneling Nest going down. So there's more aggression coming from Vibe.
It's all going down. Nestea's still making links as well, knows in what kind of a scenario he is. He's going to get his own queen, so of course he's going to have a few more larvae available. It's going to be hard to use the larva that is in the natural.
So it's pretty critical to note here that Nestea has a hatchery and Vibe doesn't. So if Nestea stabilizes, if he lives through the next wave of this attack, he's in a great position. Vibe, on the other hand, has put himself in a spot where he has got to deal mortal damage to Nestea. And Kevin, how do you kill something that that is not mortal? It's hard to do.
We will see 14 links on either side, 6 links on the way, so it's going to be exactly even. But 5 banelings in production right now. It seems like Nestea is going to try to find them. This Overlord will barely miss these units over here in the middle of the map, and those are just also ported links that are morphing into banelings. It seems like Nestea wants to defend. Okay, he's bringing the queens to the ramp right now. That makes a lot more sense.
Spine Crawler is building. I think that spine's never going to finish.
But this is going to be really crazy because Nestea is counter-attacking, but I really think he's going to need every single unit at home. Speed is done right now for Vibe. Where are your additional links?
Oh, and Vibe has caught Nestea's units in transit, and with Speed is going to have no problem cleaning up those Zerglings. That said, Nestea is still working towards stability.
Yeah, he is only on 12 drones though, so sure, he's kind of trying to stabilize, but right now, the Vibe is severely outmining him.
He is, and I think more importantly, Vibe's got a massive unit advantage. Baneling's out, and Zergling out. Oh, I don't know if going for the ramp's the right choice. We'll have to wait and see.
I actually think it's going to be fine. He has way more links. He has Banelings over here as well. He's able to keep those links alive. But
transfusions for days, man. These queens are just not going to die, and Nestea can now... Oh, it's going to get close.
There's so many links on the way, though, and it's still only 12 drones for Nestea. He doesn't have a queen right now injecting in his main either.
All right, so down go those queens. Nestea going to make his, or Vibe going to make his way into the
crawler.
main of Nestea. There's a spine crawler waiting. And suddenly, I mean, it's not looking good for Nestea. He's still in trouble. There's still more speedlings coming across the map. A couple of lings. Happy that there's a Zergling in my base. It's going to be dealt with. And, Vibe finally deciding it's time to expand.
Vibe still having a pretty big unit advantage. Once more morphing banelings outside of the main base of Nestea. Nestea still doesn't have a baneling. He only has 12 drones. There's no way he can mine any gas right now. Hatchery going down in the natural. I still think this is looking very sweet right now for Vibe.
Yeah, I think Vibe might actually have it with no queens for inject. It's hard for Nestea to create the right amount of units. Spine Crawler has moved, though, and it's going to make it hard to break that ramp.
So many links soon.
There's 22 lings out. That alone might be enough for Vibe to break this position. He is going to go for it. Nestea has to micro for his life. Banelings. Oh, that's I think a good enough connection. His queens don't have any energy for transfusion. Zerglings, they're going to fight amongst themselves. One queen will fall. Reinforcements are on the way. I think that second queen's dead too, and this could be it for Nestea. I think Vibe might have just evened it up in this series.
I think you're right, Ben. 19 Zerglings against absolutely no units right now for Nestea. More banelings morphing in the natural of Nestea. All the queens are down as well. I think that Vibe has played this out so beautiful. He never really pushed his luck, and he just did it very methodical.
Yep, took his time, was very smart about every single engagement. He has now cleaned up the last of Nestea's units.
Beautiful.
Good game gets called. A massive build order.